Poise is one of Pilgrim's newest mechanics. Added in the Raindrops update, the Poise mechanic is meant to make enemy encounters feel more fluid and reward skillful gameplay. So, what is Poise? It's a mechanic for most enemies and bosses in the game, where if you deal damage to an enemy in quick succession, the enemy will build up Poise. This Poise is actually an invisible progress bar that once it reaches to a certain point through dealing damage, the enemy will be Poise Break, which stuns the enemy temporarily and allows you to do whatever you want during the Poise Break. Heal, deal damage, anything. You might think that's pretty simple, because it is. But there are some things you should know about Poise because it might influence how you fight future enemy encounters. So, let's explore this Poise mechanic a little more, shall we? Knowing when to Poise Break is very important, but how do I control when I want to Poise Break? Well, it's very simple actually. When an enemy has built up a lot of Poise, and is about to be Poise Break, they will start emitting these red particles. That's when you just want to start wailing on the enemy. I wouldn't say to do that entirely though, because it might lead to poor decision making and may get you killed, especially on high-end bosses like Psycho Crab and Kai Lazari. Also, have I mentioned that some enemies or bosses take longer to get poised, like Kai Lazari, or don't have poise at all, like Old Fart? Poise is sadly not a mechanic for most enemies, but I think that's for the best because imagine how easier Old Fart would be if he did have poise. Like, this boss would be more of a pushover than he was before. Anyways, heavy weapons. Did you know that heavy weapons deal more poise damage? That's pretty explanatory in itself, but you might have trouble differentiating between a heavy weapon and a light weapon. When you swing a sword, you will see your swing duration / end lag at the bottom indicated by this down arrow sign. When swinging a heavy weapon, like the Mephistopheles, yes, this is a heavy weapon, you will see the shield sign indicating that it's a heavy weapon. The reason why it's a shield symbol because heavy weapons have more super armor. Super armor, for those who don't know, is a buff that prevents you from being stunned during attacking animations. Off topic, but the tie and brace just makes heavy weapons the ultimate poise break machine because 30% less damage while having super armor can create some really dumb tank poise builds. Okay, I guess we're talking accessories now. So yeah, there are some accessories that you should know about that increase poise damage. Although, more than half of these accessories that can increase poise damage are limited to certain aspects of a build, but they are just nice to know. The Lightless Cavalier, you can get it from Jim through random rifts, will help deal some poise damage if an enemy has the Cursed Flames debuff on them. Next, the Bell Saints masks, which you can get from the False Believer boss in the winter, will make the enemy that gets hit by the Rusty Bell with the chilled debuff on them receive more poise damage. Next, the Elite Shield, which you can get from the Skeleton Quest, paired with Elite Guard, which you can get from I think it's the level 4 quest in the Elite Knight Guild, will reflect some damage in the form of poise damage on shield break. And lastly, we have the Warrior Brace, which you can craft in the mountains or get a pretty rare drop chance from a bear, or specifically Polar Bear, which will double your next melee swing poise damage. And with that, this is everything you need to know about Pilgrim's newest mechanic, Poise. This is the end of the video, and if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what other topics I should cover in this game next, and we'll see you fellers next time. Goodbye.